Hello, fellow bakers of any level and any kind. It is very cold here and there, which means it is very much still soup season, chili season, stew season, and something that I think goes really well with that is cornbread. And I realized I never shared my cornbread recipe. So this recipe actually comes from Sally's Baking Addiction. You know how I love her. Okay, Sally's amazing. Love you, Sally. And I think it's absolutely delicious. So I'm going to walk you through making it today. Now, I'm making a bigger batch than you, but I will say your ingredients and put them here on the screen as per usual. I'm going to be baking mine in a 9x13 pan, so I'm doubling the recipe for that. You will bake yours in an 8x8 or a 9x9. Okay, equal parts corn flour, finely ground, and all-purpose flour, 1 cup of each. Now, if you don't have finely ground corn flour, you do. Take the coarse flour that you have, throw it in the food processor, pulse it, finely ground. Don't go buying something else. I have that in here. 1 stick of unsalted butter, melted and cooled slightly. Put those two things together. We're not using a mixer for this either. Put that mixer away. We're just gonna whisk this, because this comes together super easily. And I like to just kind of get those moving. You will need 1 egg. Well, it's just here and ready. It's like those old school Food Network, like the real cooking shows. I like to break the yolk and then incorporate it in. By the way, Food Network, if you ever want to bring some of those back, you should do a baking one. I might know someone who would want to host. Someone relatable, fun, down to earth, who actually shows you how to cook things. I miss when the Food Network was more than competition shows, but I'll probably get into that on a podcast episode at some point. Okay, so our mixture, she's looking chunky. It's okay. We're gonna thin her out, but we're gonna add the rest of our dry ingredients. Honestly, I think I'm gonna ditch the whisk here for right now. And just go to like a spatula or a spoon. There we go. Okay. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Measure those out. We don't want this to be too salty, okay? 2/3 cup brown sugar. Get those all incorporated. You're probably thinking it's looking pretty dry. Right. We're going to add buttermilk. You know my thing. If you don't have buttermilk, if you wouldn't use a container of buttermilk before it goes bad, go ahead and go to your baking aisle at your grocery store and buy the buttermilk powder. It lasts forever. You keep it in the fridge. You mix it with water. It'll work just fine. If you are making buttermilk biscuits, you're making red velvet, and you have buttermilk, fantastic. But again, don't buy something and spend money on it if you know you're never going to use it. We'll find another way. Let me get my buttercream and I'll be back. You know what your girl's using today? Exactly what I told you. Because I'll be buying a lot of buttercream coming up with red velvet cheesecake and cinnamon rolls and cake and biscuits and stuff for Valentine's Day. But right now, it would go bad, right? Because this is the only recipe I'm using it for. And it's beginning of the year, things are a little bit slower. I'm trying to watch that cost, okay? Just like we do it at home, businesses do it too. So this works just fine. All right, so she's all whisked up. I'm gonna pour a little bit of this into the bowl. You need 1 cup of buttermilk, if I didn't tell you a measurement. I'm just gonna get this moving a little bit till it starts to like hydrate it. Then eventually I'll switch over to the whisk. She's looking pretty odd right now, but she's gonna be a golden, delicious batter in a second. switch. Like I said, you really don't need a mixer for this. It comes together super quickly. I don't think I've ever used a mixer for cornbread. Now, there are lots of kinds of cornbread. You can make whatever kind you like. I have made sour cream and chive. I've made cheddar chive. I've made cheddar jalapeno. There's hot honey. You can do whatever. This is more of just a classic cornbread. Though there is honey in it, and I am gonna put honey on it when it comes out of the oven. Oh. Gives it that little bit of sweetness. Keeps it nice and moist because no one wants dry cornbread. Have you ever bitten into cornbread when you're like eating a delicious soup or chili or something? You're like, so yeah, not this recipe. That's not what we're going for. Looking good. All right, now we need 2 tablespoons of honey. I am using a local honey. And I say 2 tablespoons, you know, but measure with your heart. Remember, I'm making a larger batch than you, so I'm using more honey than you. Boom. Give that a whisk in, and that's it for the batter. Now, you're going to dump this into a 9x9 pan. You should be preheating your oven to 400 degrees. If your oven runs hot, back it down to 375. Because like I said, this is something we really don't want to get dry. We don't want to overbake this. All right, looking good. I'm going to throw this into a pan. I'll be right back. Here it is. Now, if you're doing a 9x9 pan, you want to bake this at 400 for 20 minutes. Give it a test in the center to make sure that it's done. Moist crumbs are okay, but we don't want it to be liquid, obviously. I will let you know how long a 9x13 takes, because I doubled the recipe. And remember, this is great to have for like Super Bowl, football season. I mean, football season's over here in Maryland. But for those of you still playing, or still watching, or caring, this is great, because if you're gonna have chili, or like chili fries, or anyway. Okay, into the oven. I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out, and we will brush it with some hot honey. Hot temperature, not hot spicy. I'm gonna be honest with you, I lost track of how long it baked, because I forgot to set a timer at first, and I'm like, oh, I think it's been like 10 minutes, and I did like 60 things in between. But anyway, here it is. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, if you find it's browning more than you'd like and it's not done in the center, just cover it. You're good to go. Okay, a little bit more of that local honey, or whatever honey you have. I'm not honey shaming you. I heated this up in the microwave for 15 seconds in a microwave safe bowl. Do not microwave these containers, okay? Unless it says microwave safe, which I don't think any honey bottle does. Don't do it. You'll ingest microplastics, okay? Silicone brush. So it's not super thin, it's just thinned out a little bit. You have to do this while the bread is hot, okay? Slather it. Don't brush it. Slather it. We can always heat up more honey, but it's going to get into every crack and crevice of this bread. And it is going to give a beautiful sweetness. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh. And then as this cools, a lot of it will soak right into the bread, so you don't have to worry about like getting a mouthful of sugar, okay? I can already see it soaking in. Let this cool completely. Cut it into squares, cubes, triangles, however you like to eat your cornbread. But enjoy it. It's easy. It's quick. Oh, look at that. Look at the sheen on that from the honey. I cannot wait to cut into this. Of course, I'll attach a picture. If you like content like this and would like to see more of it, Food Network, still love to do that show. If you'd like to see more things like this, make sure you hit the follow button, engage in this video, like it, comment, subscribe wherever you're watching. And don't forget to listen to my podcast, available on my YouTube channel that I have linked, as well as Spotify and Apple. It's called The Room Where It Started. I may drop an episode every week. That may be where we are. I can't believe I'm saying that. I was like 2 a month is going to be. Anyway, make sure you listen to the podcast, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye, my baking friends.